Welcome. I'm Chef Sawsan Galal from the Ambrosia Inn in Beckley, West Virginia. Today I'd like to talk to you about one of my favorite things, which are dry dates. In presenting dates, I can tell you that there are so many varieties of them. I'm just going to talk about the one that we most commonly get here, which are the dried ones in the supermarkets. Dates have been cultivated for thousands of years. There's evidence as far back as 6000 BC. They've been in many dishes in the Middle East, in the Far East, and they grow on beautiful palm trees in hot climates. There are many varieties, like I said, of dates. Today we'll just speak about one. Today we're going to show you two things with dates, just to show you the versatility of these very underrated fruits. The one we're going to do first is the date bar, which is a traditional bar cookie with oatmeal and things like that, except the dates are going to be the filling. Similar to what everybody knows as the fig Newton with the figs, but this is with dates. And the second is using them in a salad with a salad dressing. So let's get started. 1 1/2 cup of water, 1 1/2 cup chopped pitted dates, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 1/2 cup all-purpose flour, 1 cup packed dark brown sugar, 1 cup of old-fashioned oats, 1 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon each of baking soda and salt, and 6 ounces of unsalted butter diced at room temperature. So our date bars are very simple. It first starts with taking the pitted chopped dates and adding the water and cooking them on the stove until they become very soft. This will take about 10 to 12 minutes, and they will get soft and thicken up. This will release its juices and hydrate the dates and make them more spreadable for your bars. After about 10 to 12 minutes, the water would have absorbed and the dates become very soft and almost spreadable, but you want to just keep them that way. Let them cool while we prepare the other portion of the recipe. Now the next part of the recipe involves either a machine or you can do it by hand. Either way is fine. You're going to place the flour, the salt and the baking soda, and the oats in the food processor, and the brown sugar. So you want to get it at the point where you don't want to break them up too much, but you want to combine them. So the best way to do is to pulse it if you have that option. If you don't, you just put it on and turn it off, okay? And you want to get it to this consistency right here, which is a very homogeneous mixture. At this point, we're going to add the butter. Now, you have to be careful with the butter here that you don't over process it. And this is where pulsing is very important. You can also do this by hand. At this point, if you think you might overwork it, you can put it in a bowl and work it with your hands to incorporate the butter. But we're just going to pulse it. It's the same idea as making any crust dough or anything like that. You want the pieces of butter to be visible inside the mixture. And this is exactly what you get, which is a very lumpy, very fragrant dough. Well, it's not a dough really, it's a mixture that we're going to use to make the bars, okay? And very friable. So you have the greased 8 by 8 pan. It could be round also, that's fine. Just because the name is bars, they want them in bars, but you can put it in a round pan. You'll take some of the mixture and place it in there. About 3/4 of it to 2/3 of it, I would say, at the bottom. Pressing it down. This creates your crust. To flavor the dates, we're going to, after they've cooled, we're going to put in the vanilla extract and 1/2 teaspoon of the cinnamon. The remaining cinnamon we'll put in the remaining mixture of oats and flour. And we'll mix that together. So we'll take the dates, place them on top of the mixture, spread them evenly. Smells wonderful. Vanilla, cinnamon, dates. Okay. Then taking the remainder of the mixture, which is about 1/3 of the amount, we're going to put it over the dates, covering them completely. And again, patting it down. You want to make sure you cover all the parts of the date mixture. Okay. This will bake in a preheated 350 oven for about 30 minutes or so to 40 minutes, depending on your oven, and it will be beautiful. So while our bars are baking, I'm going to start with the salad, but I just want to clean up a little bit here. Put everything over here. The ingredients for our salad with date dressing are 2 pitted dates, 1/3 cup of a mild vegetable oil, the zest and juice of 1 lime, salt and pepper, and your favorite greens. Okay, we'll start with the zesting and juice of a lime or a lemon or any citrus that you want to do. It's always easier to zest first, of course, and then juice it. You want to pick a good firm fruit. If it's too soft, it'll be harder to zest. Using a zester is very simple. They have them in all sorts of shapes and sizes. It's basically taking off the colored portion of the fruit, avoiding the white part, which is called the pith, which is very bitter. All we want is the essence, and that's where the oils are and the flavor of the citrus. So we're going to just zest it by taking off that green part. And the smell is incredibly refreshing. If you don't have one of these zesters, you can always use a peeler carefully, a vegetable peeler, and then chop the zest, making sure that you just avoid this white part, because that will give you a very bitter flavor. There. Now you have a lime that has no zest. And treat your zesters when you get one as a knife, which means they don't go in the dishwasher because it will dull their blades, because their blades should remain sharp. So we have the zest here, and then we will cut the lime and get its juice. And of course, there's nothing like the freshness of these fruits. Of course, if you don't like lime, you can always use lemons. You can use orange juice for this, so oranges will be fine. Tangerines, there's a lot of varieties of citrus you can use. So here we have the juice and the zest. Now we'll proceed with the recipe. It's always easier to cut dried fruits with shears rather than a knife. I find it easier and it's less dangerous to do so. So here's my 2 dates that I'm just going to make it easier on the blender to use. Okay, so they're in here. And the lime juice. The zest. And the oil. So basically what you're making here is a dressing. And the vinaigrette, which is parts of oil and an acid and an emulsifying agent, which are the dates and the lime zest. One second. Where is it? Right there. Will give you a very nice dressing. We're going to season it with salt and pepper and then process it a little bit more. A little bit of salt to your taste. You can use as little or as much as you want. And then we'll process it some more. And then you want to, of course, taste it. And the best way to taste the salad dressing when you're making it is with a part that you're going to be serving it with. When you taste it with a spoon or something, you don't get quite the same taste. So if you just, I think that's very good. You can taste the dates, they're very mild. If you want to put more in there, of course, you're more than welcome to. And they're going to be a nice garnish addition for the salad. This dressing can stay in the refrigerator for a week or so. And you want to make sure that you mix it so you can have all the pieces of the dates in there. And don't overdress your salad. You can always add more. I'm going to toss them. I like to toss them in a bowl and then serve them in the plate. And with that, we can garnish with a couple more pieces. You can add caramelized onions to this. You can add some sliced radishes. Anything that would complement this salad would be great. I hope you enjoyed this salad as a different way to do a vinaigrette. So after about half an hour, the bars are ready to come out and they look quite beautiful. They've browned, that butter has melted and made a brown, nice crust. and they need to cool before you start cutting them because they will fall apart. So we take them out and let them cool. So after they've cooled and we've taken them, let them cool in the pan, we've cut them while they're warm. It's a lot easier. And then take them out when they've cooled. You can see the beautiful dates in there, and it's a very simple recipe that anyone can do. Dates are available year-round now. Before we used to find them just at the holidays, but dates are available year-round. And I just want to say, if you're lucky enough to have a fresh date, please try one. There's so many varieties, and they're absolutely delicious and nutritious. Thank you for joining me. This is Sawsan Galal from the Ambrosia Inn.